We have an update this midday on a pair of shootings that happened shortly after midnight. Police are investigating 2 victims now. They believe the shootings could be related.
KAKE's Jordan Shefty is live in Northeast Wichita with the details.
Yeah, Mike and Jamel, police are still trying to piece together the events surrounding the shooting. They spent much of the early morning hours going through this house right here. And while police won't release what they were looking for, I talked with the woman who lives here.
It made me scared because when I heard it, at first I thought it was like firecrackers.
It may be nearing the 4th of July, but the loud noises neighbors in one Wichita neighborhood heard Thursday morning were not fireworks.
I was like, no, that's not fireworks. I said, that's a gun. I said, that's a gunshot.
Just after midnight, police responded to a shooting in the 1100 block of North Madison and found an 18-year-old man who was hit in the head by pellets from a shotgun blast. 12-year-old neighbor Aaliyah Jackson says she heard the gunshots.
And I came outside and they were flashing the flashlights. They came in our house. They flashed the flashlight in my mom's car and in the backyard.
It wasn't until almost 5 hours later that a second 15-year-old teenage boy arrived at the hospital.
A second victim did show up at Wesley with a gunshot wound to the right arm.
Police do believe the shootings happened together and do think they are gang-related. Carla Carter watched as police searched through her home in the early morning hours and showed us a bullet hole she says came from the gunfire.
I just hope they get down to the bottom of it because it's kind of crazy.
A 20-year-old male has been arrested on charges of aggravated battery. Now, police say that they do not believe that either victim's injuries will be life-threatening. Police are asking anyone with information about this morning's shootings to call them and report it to them. They are still trying to figure this out and are still investigating the shootings. Reporting live in Northeast Wichita, Jordan Shefty, KAKE News.
New this morning, a shooting shortly after midnight, and we have new details in the last few minutes about it.
We now understand that 2 people were shot instead of only 1. KAKE's Jordan Shefty is live in Northeast Wichita with these new details. Jordan.
Yeah, Mike and Jamel, as you said, I do have new details to bring you. When we arrived out here on the scene early this morning, there was just this one police car and one other one. Now, in the past half hour, a number of others have arrived. All the police were gathered out front of a house out here, and I went over to talk to them to find out why the sudden increase in law enforcement, and they informed me that about a half hour ago, a second victim walked into the hospital with a gunshot wound. They tell me that that was a male victim, and the officer that I spoke with said that he can confidently tell me that he believes that the 2 victims were together at the time of the shooting. So they do believe that the shootings were connected. Now take a look at this video that we have from earlier in the night when the shootings took place at around midnight. It's at 11th and North Madison, which is where the police say that the shooting took place. But the first victim was able to get around the corner to a house on North Ash Street. Now, the first detectives on the scene reported that a 19-year-old man was walking near this intersection around midnight when he was shot in the right temple. But after interviewing some witnesses, police gave revised details.
Located a 19-year-old male that had one gunshot wound to his upper body. He was taken by ambulance to Wesley Medical Center, where he's to be treated and released.
Lieutenant Daniel East describes the first shooting injury as very minor, but North Ash Street was the scene of another shooting last Friday morning. That one was about 2 miles north of here. Now, again, we do not have very much information on that second shooting victim. Police would not reveal anything more to me other than that there was a second shooting victim. They are continuing their investigation as we speak, and they said that they will update me as soon as they can reveal anything else. Again, we will continue to track this story, and we do expect to learn more later this morning. Reporting live in Northeast Wichita, Jordan Shefty, KAKE News.